Na Amber Farmers voice this.
Move forward, forward. We are so proud to be Ambazonians. Ambazonia shall move forward, forward. We are so proud to be Ambazonians. We come from Omondi and Fako, Dongamanto, Kope Maningu Babui. We come from Mezama Yugoyo, Rebiele Menchungo Ketunja Meme is all. Our freedom is all. Our freedom is all. Our freedom.
Mama and Papa them for Ambazonia una welcome for Amber Farmers voice. We don't see them say how with this war they so next year chop in go feed lack and hungry it go feed they plenty. So Amber Farmers voice they for here for help for see say may we put head together. See how we fix we own fertilizer, see how we fix mixing where they kill insect them. See how we feed work plenty chop for small piece of land. So with the talks to make all man find Amber Farmers voice for Facebook and for YouTube. So that any question where you get them, may you write them for days so that Amber Farmers voice it go answer for una. We'll be ready for help una for all time, for answer una question and for give una any information how we fit grow chop, how we fit keep chop fine, make it not spoil for long time, how we fit hide chop so that me that wicked people they not spoil them. Thank una plenty.
Shall move forward, forward. We are so proud to be Ambazonians. Ambazonia shall move forward, forward. We are so proud to be Ambazonians.
Okay, mommy them, papa them, our brothers and sisters for Ambazonia, I want to welcome once again for Amber Farmers Voice. My name now Dr. Isaac Zama, where I will host for this program for Amber Farmers Voice. As you know, Amber Farmers Voice in a program where we come together every Sunday for 4 p.m. for Amber time for to see how we fit talk, how we fit improve with chop. Now we La Republique, the wrong kind impose war on we people them. So we come with this program now for see how we fit help with farmers them for Ambazonia, and not only farmers but everybody for Ambazonia for see how they fit grow chop very very well. As we know, we always start this program for take 1 minute for honor with people then way La Republique don't kill them for this war of independence. So I would like to call everybody make observe a minute of silence for with people then way La Republique don't kill them for this war. Okay. All right. Now welcome back again for Amber Farmers Voice. We go like for send special salute, special greetings for people then for Kimbo. Papa then way they for Kimbo. For Manyemen, for Kwakwa, for Ngarbo. All papa people then way they for Isu. For Way, for Santa Akum, for Bafut, for Bambui. We remember all people for Bistongabang, for Akwaya, Muyuka, for Nwamito, for Lebialem and Bechati. We salute all una. So we hope say una they fine and say una will try for watch this program for see how una fit plant plenty chop, una fit grow plenty chop for this time for war way that people don't bring them for we. A lot of people don't bring war for we. So for today, what we were talking about, we will talk how we fit control that kind of sick them where they spoil tomato plenty. And I know say tomato is a very very important chop for use them for when people don't want to cook they use tomato plenty. So as they grow tomato. Plenty kind of sick then they with people that they use plenty insecticide them. They go for store, they go buy a white man medicine them, they can't pump them. I wanna know say all this medicine them they so it cause sick and then it also spoil with environment. So how we feel use that so we own knowledge we'll get them we own grass them for around we compound them for villages, for forests. What will we do for try to stop all this sick way they spoil tomato and so now the aim for this program that today now in that way we will try to see how we assess for Ambazonia any man for inside a compound what if it do where if it try for cure this sick way it can spoil tomato and plenty so today make we start with the different kinds sick them. The different kinds sick them where they catch tomato. We get in a way they call them say nematodes or nematodes. We get some other kinds sick where they call them say aphids or whiteflies or blight. Now the kind of sick them this way they catch tomato. So because this sick them they're really plenty, it not really be easy for actually treat this sick them without chemicals. And as I talk, this chemical then will go by and so it give people them cancer, it give people them plenty kind of sick them, and not only that, it be expensive. But again, other technique then they way we will use them, where it will help with farmers them. It will help not only farmers, everybody where it grow tomato. This thing we will talk today, it will feel help now. So for this program for today, we will see how people them for where they live for some country they can say Nepal, for Kenya and Benin. We will see how they try for solve this problem for all these nematodes and aphids and where it catch tomato. So what we will do now say we will first show now how the people them for Nepal they solve this problem, and then when we don't finish we watch all the experiences and for the different country then we'll come back now for the end of the program. I will don't give summary how people them for Ambazonia they feel make their own medicine them for cure this sick them for tomato, because all the things where they do for different country them they know they inside Amber. So wait till now where it inside Amber where we parents if you use them, where farmers and where everybody if use them now for cure this sick them for where they get hamburg for tomato. So the first thing where I would like make we do. When I give me 1 second, make a try for bring. Okay, so as I talk, we go start with tomato blight. Wait till be tomato blight. Tomato blight now that sick way it be when a mold that they cause that sick, and this mold them they then are inside ground, and so this when it inside ground so. Other chop them where you plant them. Might say you plant pepper or you plant green or you plant other thing them, because of this mold it inside ground it also affect the other chop them where you plant them around. So because it inside ground it not be easy for treater. It affect we plant them. So the best thing for do, the first thing for do, now for make sure say when you plant your tomato, inspect them where you don't start see any of when the tomato don't start catch sick. That time now for take measures. But what you will try for do now and I say make we see how people them for Nepal they try for cure this disease what they call and say blight. So make una watch how the people from Nepal again they try to solve this problem for blight where it really hamburg farmer them for for that country too, as well as we own farmer them for Ambazonia.
People across the world like to eat tomatoes. Tomatoes are full of vitamins and minerals. By selling tomatoes, rural people can make a good living. But tomatoes are affected by many pests and diseases. One of the most serious diseases in tomato is late blight. In Nepal, people call it burn disease because the plants look like they are burned. If not treated on time, late blight can destroy entire tomato fields. This disease occurs typically in cool and wet weather. As it is crucial to control late blight as soon as it appears, let us take a closer look at how to recognize the disease from its early stage.
In the early stages of late blight, you can see dark sores on the leaves, which later turn dark brown. Late blight usually occurs in cold weather during winter.
The sores spread over the plant until the whole plant dies. Mushy dark brown irregular sores may appear on the fruits. The sores are small at first but may grow to cover the whole fruit. When the disease develops further, the entire plant dies. Late blight is caused by molds that survive in the soil and in residues of crops that had the disease. The molds are a kind of fungi. They are spread by spores, which are like tiny seeds. The rain splashes the spores from the soil onto the plants. The spores are also spread by the wind and by contaminated water. The disease spreads very fast when foggy days are followed by sunshine. Therefore, it should be prevented as soon as possible. Late blight also attacks potatoes, chili, sweet pepper and eggplants, so never plant tomatoes in the same field with these crops. Also, do not plant tomatoes in a field where you have just harvested potatoes, chilies or peppers because the spores of late blight may still be in the soil. Plant tomatoes in a field that previously had pumpkins, onions, beans or maize, among other crops.
We do crop rotation every 3 years. We grow legumes during that period, which helps to balance the nutrient content of the soil. It also helps maintain the quality of the soil and prevent the crop from different diseases and pests.
After harvesting tomatoes, plant beans, pumpkins or another crop, but do not plant tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants or chilies in the same field. Crop rotation will clean the disease from the soil. Late blight mold grows best in acidic soils. If your soil is acidic, you can neutralize it by adding lime. Ask your extension agent or an aggregate to recommend how much lime to add.
When the soil is acidic, weeds start to appear and the crop develops poorly.
Apply organic manure when preparing the land and add some more when the crop is established. It will make your soil healthy and reduce the risk of late blight and other diseases that can live in the soil. Farmers grow different varieties in different seasons. Winter varieties are more prone to late blight.
We use the same variety to eat at home and to sell in the market. The seeds that are sold in the market these days are said to be less likely to be attacked by late blight. But if we are careful about the changing weather, then we can control late blight.
Ask your fellow farmers or your agricultural officer to recommend a tolerant tomato variety that does well in your area. As the spores in the soil get on the plants through rain splash, it is important to stake your plants so that the branches do not touch the soil. Farmers in Nepal tie ropes into a grid or net. They place the net over bamboo poles to form a trellis system.
We make a net for staking the plants. When the plants are tall enough, we weave them around the net so that the branches do not touch the soil.
As the disease spreads very fast, inspect your field every day. If you see sick plants, cut off the sick parts of the plant so you do not spread the spores to other plants. Burn the affected parts. Never put sick plants parts on your compost, as the mold will continue to grow and spread to your field. After you prune tomatoes, clean your tools with detergent and water or alcohol. You can sterilize the pruning tools in boiling water. By doing so, you will not spread the disease to healthy plants. As late blight develops faster in humid places, prune the tomato plants to let in light and air to keep your plants dry and healthy.
We regularly inspect our field and prune unproductive branches. We also cut off damaged and infected plant parts, along with old and dry leaves. After that, we clean the whole area in an organized way. We burn the dry and infected plants separately.
As the mold lives in the soil, cut the lower branches of your tomato plants so that no branches touch the soil. Clear the weeds and crop residues regularly from the field. Drip irrigation does not cause the soil to splash, so your crop will less likely develop the disease. If you water your crop by hand, do so in the morning so the plants will not stay wet too long. You can also prevent late blight from attacking your tomato plants by spraying a natural fungicide. To make homemade fungicide, mix 1 kilogram of neem leaves and 1 kilogram of aloe vera with 5 liters of cow urine. Boil the mixture and extract the solution. Mix 2 teaspoons of this solution per liter water and spray the entire plant. So let us review what we have learned. Tomato late blight is a disease that occurs mainly in cool and wet weather. It can destroy entire tomato, potato and chili fields. Apply organic manure to keep your soil healthy. Grow tolerant varieties. Stake your tomato plants and cut the lower branches so that no leaves touch the soil. Use drip irrigation or hand water in the morning. Regularly check your field. Remove and destroy any infected plant parts. Apply homemade fungicides when needed. Be an observant farmer and take good care of your plants. They will reward you with a bountiful, healthy crop.
Okay, when I welcome back from that interesting video where it is showing from Nepal how they cure blight for tomato. So what you don't learn from that video where we see from Nepal, we see and say this secret they call and say blight. It also attack things them like njakatu. It attack sweet pepper, it attack potatoes, even regular pepper. So when we plant tomato, we give a make sure say we no intercrop this tomato with njakatu, with Irish potatoes, or with sweet pepper, or just regular pepper. So now one of the most important thing in that way. We amber farmers we need to understand. Say this blight, it not the only attack na tomatoes, but it attack again Irish potatoes. It attacked njakatu. It attack pepper and other crops. So we farmers them, especially people the way they do for Bansor, where they grow a lot of potatoes and tomato, and people around Santa area where they grow a lot of vegetables, a lot of tomatoes and carrots and Irish potatoes. Now we don't learn from this video for Nepal. Say this blight, it also attack potatoes and jakatu and other crops. So we need for pay attention. Say one of the best ways for solve this problem, not be only for go buy insecticide or chemicals or compound, but we get for practice good agricultural techniques. And good agricultural techniques now say make, if you know the kind thing and way the other kind chop them way this sick they catch them, then you know go plant that chop them inside or with your tomato. So another thing where we learn from that video now say make you plant for, if you want intercrop your tomato with other chop them, if you intercrop them with things like corn or pumpkin or beans and things like that, or onion. I think that we'll learn from that from that video. Say things like corn, pumpkin, beans, onion. Now good crops, and that way you find for intercrop them with tomato. That way it go that way it go help for reduce the amount of blight where it catch tomatoes. So I just want to highlight those few things them, so that make people then know, make farmers then know say some crops and they way once you plant tomato or you plant for corner your tomato, these other crops and they also this blight it also catch them. So make we learn, make we understand the some of the vectors and way it also bring where this blight also catch up. The one thing where I would like for advice with people, with farmers and for ground for Ambazonia, and I say make una sit down, make una watch this program together, and then una share the knowledge. If you be say some person watch them, you know really understand something, maybe some other person will understand them. And then once we share that knowledge, then we will easily solve the problem very, very easily. Okay, so now the other sick way it catch tomato plenty, they call and say aphids. Aphids now some small white insect. Then any person where they grow tomato, where any person where they grow tomato, it go sabi that insect. Then you used to see how that when you go look tomato a leaf or you look a stem, you go see how that white insect them they on top. They attack the tomato, they chop them, they make the tomato they sick. So now one of the sick in that way they catch tomato. So how we fit use that's so things and where they around we for solve this problem there for this what they call and say aphids. Now make we see how people them for India they solve this problem for that white insect them where they spoil tomato. After we don't finish watch this one, and then we will come now, we will see how we fit also adopt way that people for India they do have now for we farmers them now for Ambazonia.
Beans and vegetables are cultivated all around the world. Beans, vegetables, and other crops are often attacked by aphids. Aphids are small, green or black insects. Aphids attack many crops like beans, mustard, cabbage, and beetle leaf. Aphids damage the plant by sucking the juice, so the plant grows more slowly. Aphids can also transfer virus diseases from sick to healthy plants. In this video, we will see how farmers in Bangladesh manage aphids without chemical pesticides. But let us first see how aphids live. Aphids live in colonies and damage the flowers and fruits by sucking juice from them. Because of the aphid damage, the crops cannot grow further. Aphids have soft bodies. When the sun gets hot, aphids move to the underside of the leaves to stay cool and to avoid drying out. Rainwater also damages the soft bodies of aphids, so they are more of a problem in the dry season than in the rainy season. When aphids become adults, some of them grow wings and fly to other plants and fields. The waste of aphids is little bit sweet and is called honeydew. Ants come to eat the honeydew and then they protect the aphids. Now that we know how aphids live, let us learn some ways to control them. Visit your field regularly to look for aphids. You may see aphids of different ages, usually living in large groups or colonies. When you see aphids, you can destroy them by pressing them with your fingers. Walk down the rows and hand kill the aphids on all the infested plants. Most aphids cannot fly, so we can easily kill them in the place where they live.
Once our beans have grown, we observe them in the morning and evening. Some of the plants have black insects called aphids. These insects attack the vegetables and stay on the tips of the plants of the flowers. We kill them by pressing with our hands. After that, the attack is less and they do not spread from the tip.
You can also sprinkle cool ash in the early morning when there is dew on the plants, so the ash sticks to the wet surface of the leaves. Ash helps to make leaves hard and aphids cannot suck juice from the leaves. The ash will also disturb the ants and scare them away. Never use the ash of mustard, bamboo leaves or banana leaves because this ash is too strong and will burn the vegetable plants. Use wood ash or the ash of rice straw or rice husk because it will not hurt the plants. The ash of tree leaves, bamboo leaves and mustard branches and leaves may be toxic to the vegetable plants, so never put this ash onto vegetables. I see that dewdrops fall in the morning. Then we spray ash in the plants after the dew falls. By spraying this over the plants, the insects will be destroyed. We need to spray once a day for 3 days. Spraying for 3 days will kill all the aphids. You can also use a bar of laundry soap. Rub the bar of soap in a tub of water until it bubbles. If you apply it once a day for 3 days, it helps to kill the aphids. You can spray it with a backpack sprayer.
I dissolve 1 small packet of laundry soap in 10 liters of water to make a solution that is not too soapy and not too watery. I spray this solution in my lima bean field and the aphids disappear. If I spray this for 3 days in a row, all the aphids die. By using soap, we don't need to buy insecticides and it is better for the environment. These beans are healthy food.
You can also use a neem solution to kill aphids on vegetables. Grind 2 kilograms of neem leaves and mix them with 16 liters of water and filter the solution. Likewise, by spraying once a day for 3 days, you can control the aphids. The neem leaves have a bitter taste. When you spray the lima beans every day for 3 days, the aphids will go away. Ladybird beetles eat and kill aphids. The ladybird is a round, black and red beetle. When it is young, it looks like a small alligator. The young ladybird beetles also eat aphids. Ladybird beetles also like to drink the sweet pollen of flowers. So, you can plant 1 row of sesame or mustard around the main crop to encourage the ladybird beetles to come to your crop and eat aphids. Mustard also attracts aphids away from the main crop because aphids like sap and the yellow color of mustard plants. When the aphids get to the mustard, the ladybird beetles will kill them. Grow the mustard in 1 row around the main field. Plant the mustard 7 days after planting the main crop. This way, the flowers will last longer. The mustard crop will flower at the right time to protect your crop. Let us listen again to what we have learned about controlling aphids in beans and vegetables. Visit your vegetable field often to look for aphids. If you find a colony of aphids, destroy them by pressing them with your fingers. Sprinkle ash on your beans or vegetables to control the aphids. Use the ash of rice husk, rice straw, or wood ash, which will not burn the vegetable plants. Spray water mixed with laundry detergent soap to kill the aphids. You can also use a neem solution to kill aphids on vegetables. Plant sesame and mustard crops to attract ladybird beetles to control the aphids. By using these methods, you will get good beans and vegetables without aphids and without chemicals.
Okay, well, when I welcome back from that very, very interesting and simple techniques from India for user now for how they use that simple technique now for manage this sickness where they catch tomato plenty. So what again we learn from that video. They talk say you fit take wood ash, just regular wood ash. Regular wood ash will get them. You take them for morning time where dew still dey on top tomato, where small water still dey on top tomato. You take them now, you sprinkle them on top that tomato. Then it go. They talk say if you do them so 1 time per day for 3 days, it will kill all that sickness where they come. All that insect them where they can suck that water for tomato. So now very, very simple technique where at least make people them when they do for we farmers them for country or even anybody where they plant tomato. Make it try them for see how that one go work. It don't work for some other places. Make it go. It means it go work for Ambazonia. Since now the first time we would do them, it go find make people them. If you get your tomato farm, massive for back house, you feel cut some section. You cut some section and then you try them with these other techniques and with the learn so that for really make it for really get good evidence. Say yes, this thing where they talk so they work. That way, you lose all your tomato them for all the sick them. So if farmers them therefore, take Santa for example, people the way they grow tomatoes, una fit come together, una most say una dele una 5 inside una group. Una take this knowledge, this sense what would bring us all, and then una divide amongst ourselves. Una say, okay, these 2 people then una go try wood ash, and then these other 2 people then una go try neem. These other 2 people then una go try soap, and then una pump them so that we will see them. And then at the end of the tomato season, we will see and say, okay, among these 3 things, which one work fine? The one we work fine, we will then, talk, we will then discuss amongst ourselves. Then we will adopt that system. So now, so we with Ambazonia farmers, we go also do our own research. It not just means say, we see something for some country, we'll just take them, chop them. No. We go take them, we go try them, see which one they really work fine, and then we also adopt that system. And not say neem na some plant way we never really get them for Ambazonia. Anyway, it never really did all outside for Ambazonia. But again, as we talked for the previous program, them make people then start find that seed them for neem for planter. The last time where I be called for ground zero, they talk say neem the grow for Ekilimindi, it is somewhere for Kumba, and it is for Fundong. Now the places now where people they don't see them, where they don't tell me say those things, and they make una try find seeds them. Now with the rainy season, wanna plant that neem, because neem are very important plant where every compound into Ambazonia get forget them. You not only use them for like insecticide, but you do use them like na very good medicine for malaria. So every single compound into Ambazonia get for plant that neem. All right. So the other sequel we will look at now, they call and say nematodes. I know that one because time they grow tomato too, I be they face that problem a lot. I never really know which will be the problem until I go read them, I do research before I know which way nematodes. Nematodes now some small kind worm them where they live now inside, where they stay now inside ground, and when they stay inside ground, so they go affect the roots them for tomatoes, because they inside ground. So when you go prepare your land for planting your tomato, if it be say that nematodes in there, must say you don't plant tomato last season and then you get that nematodes inside ground, it affect your tomato. No say even if you move that old tomato them, you go throw them, you go burn them, that worm them, they will see they inside ground. So when you can plant tomato again this next year, no say that nematodes them, they will affect your tomato. So the best thing for the best way for prevent these nematodes for attack your tomato, I say make we do shifting cultivation or rotation. No, I say rotation. So if you plant tomato this year for here, and then you get that sick, next year go for a different place, and then you plant something else like corn for here, so that the corn now, because nematodes they affect corn, this corn now it go then neutralize that nematodes where they for here, so that next year when you come back again for plant tomato there, you know go over face problems. So it be extremely important. So in as much as medicine and day, or we own natural medicine and day for cure these diseases, them it go find make we ensure say you get good farming practice for do rotations. So make we see how the people for Benin, Benin, I think that the next country where it then next to Ghana, make us see how which kind of technique where they use them for help for solve this nematodes and where it raise spoil tomato a lot. So we're gonna watch how which way the people for Benin they do, as I talk, maybe when I come together, when you see this thing, you share them with some other farmers. And when I come together, when I watch them, so that if some person miss something, the other person go catch them, and then when the other person catch them, when I will then share the information together, or when I will then compare notes, and then when I see how when I feel use them very well.
Farmers who grow tomatoes or chilies during the dry season irrigate their plants every day. Despite this, some plants may look like they suffer from drought. Their green leaves roll up and droop, while all other plants in the field are healthy. Patches of stunted plants appear here and there in the field. The very sick plants turn yellow and die. Farmers are not always sure what's killing their crops. In fact, several diseases may turn plants yellow and wilted.
To
know if nematodes have attacked your crops, you'll need to see some stunted vegetable plants whose growth has slowed. To be sure that there are nematodes, you uproot a few plants and you'll see many knots on their roots that look like groundnut pods. Insecticides and fungicides cannot kill root knot nematodes because the worms are inside the roots under the soil. So spraying against nematodes is a waste of money and can be dangerous. Here we know some people who have a problem with their eyes. They can't see clearly anymore after using insecticides. Those people are still sick. By learning how root knot nematodes live, it becomes easier for us to control them. Nematodes live in the soil and in the roots of many different plants. Root knot nematodes are so small that you can only see them under a microscope after removing them from the galls. The very slender worms are the young nematodes. The small round balls that you see are females. Let's see how nematodes develop underground. Female nematodes can lay more than 1,000 eggs on the outside of the galls. The eggs are too small to see. When the eggs receive signals from nearby growing roots, small worms hatch from the eggs. These young nematodes move like snakes to infest the roots. The worms use their needle-like mouth to break open the plant's roots, to enter and start feeding. As a result of the nematode feeding, galls or knots form on the roots of infected plants. Once the roots have knots, the roots can no longer carry water and nutrients to the plant, and the plant wilts little by little. Nematodes can survive in all soils and are easier to prevent than to control. The secret is to grow healthy seedlings, destroy all sources of nematodes in and near your vegetable field, rotate with crops that are resistant to nematodes, avoid introducing nematodes from other fields. Let's have a look at these one by one. Because root knot nematodes are often spread by transplanting infested seedlings, make sure to obtain or grow healthy seedlings. Ask a trusted seed dealer to help you find varieties that are resistant to root knot nematodes. But be aware, even varieties that are resistant may be attacked, so always combine resistant varieties with other good practices. Before sowing, remove any roots from your seedbed, as these may be a source of nematodes. As nematodes live in the roots and the soil, you can kill nematodes by heating the soil. You can pour boiling water over the seedbed, although most farmers prefer to burn dried weeds on it.
Lorsque vous êtes sur un site où il y a la présence des nématodes,
When you're at a place where there are nematodes, or when you always install your nursery on the same place, there may be many diseases, and especially nematodes. That is why we burn. If we do not burn, we would transport these germs to the field during transplanting, and the problem we are trying to avoid will remain.
c'est pourquoi déjà à partir des pépinières, les nématodes sont tués.
By burning, however, you also destroy some of the soil organic matter and beneficial soil organisms. To revive the soil, apply manure or compost before sowing. When you add chicken manure to a poor soil and incorporate it to make your nursery, you'll see that the plants grow well, quickly, and protect themselves better from nematodes. Even when the seedlings look healthy, they may already have nematodes inside their roots.
To
know if my seedlings are attacked before transplanting, I check their roots, and those with buttons are removed, so as not to contaminate the whole field. Destroy all sources of nematodes in and near the field. At least a month before transplanting, plough your field and leave the upturned soil to dry in the sun. If the field is ridged, the sun will also heat the deeper layers of the soil. If there are any nematodes, these will dry up. Keep the soil free from weeds, so the nematodes do not find new sources of food.
Mais pour bloquer l'évolution de ces nématodes, nous avons fait des billons sur toute la ligne.
To stop the development of these nematodes, we made ridges on the entire field to allow the sun to heat the soil for 2 months. It's a traditional method. And where we found nematodes last year, we burn to completely destroy them. We do not need pesticides for that.
Ça les détruit complètement. On n'a pas besoin de produits chimiques pour ça.
Nematodes not only like vegetable roots, but they also like to live in the soft roots of banana and papaya plants. Uproot any infested plants and make sure to remove all their roots from the soil.
Moi, j'ai toujours déconseillé à mes collègues maraîchers de mettre des bananiers.
I have always told my fellow vegetable growers not to grow bananas and papayas near their plots. Why? Because when you try to control nematodes, they'll hide in the roots of banana and papaya. And when you lower your guard a bit, they come back to contaminate your crops.
Ils reviennent à charge pour contaminer encore vos cultures. Voilà.
Once you've taken all these precautions, the chance that your vegetable crop will suffer from nematodes is greatly reduced. However, stay on guard at all times. Whenever you observe an infested plant, carefully remove it and collect all the small roots, as these will have plenty of nematodes in them.
Les nématodes sont des vers très redoutables.
Nematodes are dreadful worms. When I see infested plants, I gather them and burn them to be sure that these worms are destroyed.
Que ces vers sont vraiment éliminés.
If our chili or other crops have been attacked by the root knot nematode, uprooting our crops will not be enough to kill the nematodes, which will also be in our soil and in the roots of weeds. We can clean the soil by growing other plants for several seasons. The root knot nematode does not attack cassava or fodder grasses. You can grow these or some other crops in a field which has been attacked by root knot nematodes.
Nous me do taquin, alors timati, alors carottes, bon nematode wulio, mi beseo, mi sindo ayoma.
When nematodes attack our chili, carrot or tomato crop, after harvest we practice crop rotation by growing onions if we can afford to, or we grow amaranth, basil or lemongrass. Even if you have a healthy crop, you can accidentally carry infected soil to your field without realizing it. Soil infested with root knot nematodes can stick to hoes, plows and other farm tools, and even to the shoes and feet of farm workers.
Ni mi glerevo me wazo, bogoja clemitome,
When we help a neighbor in his field, after coming back, we wash our tools and shoes and we dry them in the sun. We also wash ourselves well with water before returning to our fields. Nematodes can also spread by water. So be careful when you have diseased plants in your field, as irrigation water can further spread the nematodes. Remember that nematodes can move in any water, not just irrigation water.
C'est parce que les eaux de ruissellement transportent les germes, leurs œufs.
Runoff water carries germs down the field. To prevent this, we can make bunds to slow down the speed of the water and block the spread of these nematodes to the lower levels.
L'évolution de ces nématodes vers un niveau plus bas.
You can also plant lemongrass around your field to reduce the water flow. Let's review what we've learned. Root knot nematodes are small worms that live in the soil and in the roots of the plants they attack. Spraying pesticides against nematodes is a waste of money and can be dangerous. Prevention is the best way to control nematodes. Use crop varieties that are resistant to nematodes. Grow healthy seedlings. Remove infested roots and let the sun dry up your soil and kill any nematodes that may live in it. If you have a crop infested with nematodes, it's not enough to uproot your sick plants, as the nematodes will also be in the soil and in the roots of weeds. Clean the soil by weeding and by growing crops that are not attacked by nematodes, such as cassava, onions, amaranth, and aromatic herbs. Avoid accidentally taking soil from fields infested with nematodes. Clean your shoes and farm tools before leaving each field. Reduce the spread of nematodes by rain runoff by growing vegetation bunds around your fields. Remember, it's easier to introduce nematodes than to get rid of them. So stay alert at all times to ensure a healthy crop and a good harvest.
Okay, now welcome back now for that interesting video. We'll see how did they talk, how did they try to solve this problem for Benin. So as we see for that video, they say go take money, you go buy insecticide or pesticide, not just waste of money. So they give advice for the kind of thing we will do for try for reduce this nematodes for spoil we not only tomatoes but other chop them. So one of the things that people they insist inside that video, I say we must practice good hygiene. When you go work for farm where you get nematodes, when you come back you must wash your hands with soap very well. You must wash your foot them or your rain boots or shoe them where you take and go farm. Even the clothes them where you take and go work. Make sure say when you come back with them, you must wash them very well for reduce the chance for transmit that nematodes them. Either go for your farm there for massive come for bush. Please you go walk tomato. You come out for house. You must make sure so you wash your hands and then you wash your boots and everything for reduce the chances of bringing that nematodes. And now you can't affect other the land way for compound. The second thing where they talk now say some other kind of chop in their way this nematode they know they affect them, like cassava, like onion, like green, even things like fever grass. They say if you plant fever grass around your farm, it will help for try to reduce this nematodes and way it really spoil tomato plenty. So now wait till we don't learn so far all day. We'll watch this program. Wait till we una day for Amber today. What will we do tomorrow morning for see how we try for resolve this problem or for kill some of this sickness way it really spoil tomato and so on. So we'll see say for that first video we'll see for Nepal, they talk say make you take 1 kilo for neem. You also take 1 kilo of aloe vera, and then 5 kilos for cowpeas. You mix them, you boil them, and then you take 2 teaspoons. You mix them inside 1 liter water. So if you get na 20 liter, that thing where they run back for pump, that pump for pump, if that thing at 20 liters, it means that you go take that 20 teaspoon then you put that inside that 20 liter water and then you use that now for pump and tomato. But we for ground zero, we know say plenty people that they don't get cow them where you go fit get a cow a piece. So which way you fit do for people the where they not get cow piece, wait till if you do not say if you take pepper, this small eye pepper, that bird eye pepper, if you get them, you grind them fine, me really done, we make it like dust, and then you sift them. You then mix them now with neem, you mix them now with aloe vera, and then you use the same measurement, 2 teaspoons for 1 liter water. you mix it now, so you then use it now, you pump your tomato there. The reason why you put that pepper, I say that pepper there, so it hot. When that sick them, they can now for can chop out tomato. When they can't taste that pepper, they will run. Pepper and neem and aloe vera, all the bitter. So that insect then, when they come for chop on a tomato, when they taste that thing with the bitter, and then that pepper the hot, it will kill them, and then they go run. Yeah, tomato will define. And then the second thing where for ground zero, what one of it do? That say people then way must like a southern zone where they grow a lot of pawpaw. If you take pawpaw leaves, that pawpaw leaves where they don't dry. When I take pawpaw leaves where they don't dry, when I burn them, that wood ash where for pawpaw leaves. When I take now, when I make potash day, or when I make niki day. When I take that niki now, you when you not make niki, you apply 1 liter for 20 liter water. You mix them 1 liter for niki and 20 liter water. Once you mix it now, so you then use it now, you pump your tomato there, it will define. If you also use I would suggest make you add soap. This soap, this Sowing would use where would you buy them? When you don't make that niki, you take that soap, you scratch and you put that inside, you knock and make the thing make all the soap melt, and then you use it now. You take 1 liter, put that inside 20 liter water, you then pump your tomato. The reason why you put that soap now, because soap they slide. So when you use it now, you pump your tomato there. If rain fall, because you don't put that soap there, that rain it not just wash that medicine immediately. So as they talk for that video, you need for pump them 1 time every day for 3 days, and then it will really help for solve this problem. And then the last thing what we do, I say, if people the way they don't get pawpaw leaves, just take regular wood ash. Just take regular wood ash. Where don't cool. When you go farm for morning time for place your tomato farm day, you take wood ash. Where you go, you sprinkle them. If you see and say you don't start get some of that sick them, you sprinkle it on top. You sprinkle it on, especially for sharp morning where dews today. That for this wood ash when I need to put on for sprinkle on for morning time where dews today, so that dew where they on top that tomato, it will hold the wood ash. And then if at all you get any blight or you get any of that sickness, it will then kill that sickness. And then the last thing we want to do now, when you transfer your tomato seedlings from your nursery for go plant them, make sure say you take small wood ash, you throw under the tomato you don't plant them. No over put them, because you just transplant them and then the tomato never strong. No over put. If more take like 1 teaspoon, you take wood ash. When you don't transplant tomato, you put that under, so that at least it will help now for kill some of those diseases then. When you transfer your tomato from nursery for planter, not just put wood ash on top, because that seedlings them, they still be very fragile. If it easily die. If you use a firewood way, if you use a wood ash with some strong firewood way where it's really sour, if it kill that seedling of tomato where you just transplant them. So what you need for doing now, you wait make tomato strong. When you transplant tomato like 2 or 3 days, and then it don't hold ground fine, then you feed, then sprinkle wood ash on top, so that make it prevent any of that disease to them for attacking tomato. So the best way for solve any problems with tomato, now for take good precautions um, take good precautions. Make sure say the land where you plant tomato dey, if na land where last year you plant tomato dey, try for go for different side for different portion of the land, and then you plant tomato dey. If you plant tomato for this portion, this year plant things like cassava, like onion, like green, like fever grass, so that if at all you get any nematodes for that for that place you plant tomato last year, then it will, this chop them, they will kill those nematodes. Now, not say nematodes, they also affect things like Irish potato and beans and other crops. So make una for ground zero farmers make we to try for observe we own farm them, see the kind plants and way that sick that they catch them, and then we will know say next year make we try for rotate the crops them we would plant them for that for those places. So everybody for ground zero and for ground one, I hope say this program today will be interesting. When I learn something, again we get phone number now. Phone number that way they on top television. If we get any question, we send me WhatsApp message for that for that number. We'll go find the answer, and then we'll send them phone. Also, make people them when they watch these programs in a group, so that if one person will hear something fine, the other person will hear something fine, and then when I will share that knowledge, so it will help all of we farmers. And the last thing where I will talk before I go. Now I would like to pass this message for we Amber soldiers and for ground. Say we did see some kind of videos and where they come for here, where we see Amber soldiers and they take videos, they put them for internet, they show their face. I don't want try for beg for pass this message. Say if you know any Amber fighter, we not advise them. Say we know say they do a good job. They no need for put their faces for make videos, put them for internet, because when you put them so La Republic they go see them, then they go start find una for kill una. If it be say una must send video, una must make sure say una cover una face them. If you want send video, make sure so you wear cap where you go cover your face, so that make they no they not see your face. And secondly, if you want to send video, no talk say now we this for this place, because when you talk say now we say we do for this place, then La Republic they will know say soldiers in there for here, they will come for that place now, they start becoming fine owner. So make una try as much as possible for no become put videos them for internet. We don't need them. We not want to do a good job. But we don't need for become see una faces. So we prepare them and everybody for ground zero. Make una if una know any of we Amber heroes them, make una advise them. Say we no want see videos. We don't lose too many people just because of those videos them where they put up internet that people they watch those things them and then they come kill people them. So all those things them they not really be necessary anymore. Well, Papa them and everybody from Ambazonia, we don't come to the end of this program for today, and we hope say when I learn something for this program, make when I continue for do what when I do, when I continue for produce enough chop for feed everybody for ground zero during this time of during this time for war. Amber Farmers Voice always they here for support una. Bring on a small sense then way if you make on a job for produce enough chop for feed the nation during this time of war. So we'll always therefore bring on all this information. Thank you again for watching this program, and wishing a happy Sunday, and we'll talk again. We'll see you again same time, same station for Amber Farmers Voice next week. Bye bye.
Now Amber Farmers Voice this.
Shall move forward, forward. We are so proud to be Ambazonians. Ambazonia shall move forward, forward. We are so proud to be Ambazonians. We come from Momondi and Fako, Dongamanto, Kope Maningu Babwi. We come from Meza Mayugoyo, Debiele Menchum Goke Tunja Meme is all. Our freedom is all. Our freedom is all. Our freedom.
Mama and Papa